Your friendly neighborhood English-speaking lawyer pops in.
Phil is moving his law practice from Venice, Italy,
My specialties are intellectual property and art.
to the Italian art mecca, Florence.
Florence is more convenient for my clients.
Helping in Phil's search for a new home office is his personal assistant, Natasha.
Are you naked?
The relationship is a non-traditional boss-employee type relationship.
Phil is a very picky person.
Okay. The kitchen is disgusting. I wouldn't even want to put my laundry out there. Natasha's job is to rein me in.
It's 300 over the budget.
But we're both argumentative.
No, we're not.
I actually ended up in art law just because I was my own first client. I bought my first piece from a charity shop, and it turned out to be an original. And I tried to find an art lawyer, and they were hugely expensive. So I just thought, why not just do it myself? And so I decided to open my own law firm here in Venice. I'm moving to Florence, and hopefully that will be a bit more accessible for you. Venice is a fantastic city. Unfortunately, clients actually find it really inconvenient to come here.
I want to gift you a mask.
Really?
Yes, I think this is a mask.
You are
perfect
so
for you.
kind.
Yeah.
As soon as I get settled, you'll need to come and visit. It's difficult to get around, and so I end up going to them. What are we up to for travel expenses this month?
4,590.
Oh, God. Essentially, the amount of money I'm spending on travel every month is my income. What I would like is to be incredibly close to transport links so that clients can come and visit me instead. So I am moving to Florence. Oh, look at these, look at these. Natasha will be my house hunting partner.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There you go.
Okay. Oh.
Awesome. What do you think?
No, the belt, come on the gloves.
Love
Totally
it.
useless.
Natasha is honest but blunt. It's just pretty.
I can see it. It's going to be hard with the houses. His character is strong. He doesn't know the word compromise.
That fits perfectly. I hope I can find an apartment which is such a great fit. She needs to manage my expectations. I'm more emotional. This will, after all, be my home as well as my office. My biggest doubt about moving to Florence is whether I can take a business which I wasn't able to make successful in Venice and make it successful there. And I have to realistically be inside my budget so that I can afford to have an exit strategy.
Florence, culturally rich in art and fashion, has all the trappings of a modern-day metropolitan city with the backdrop of medieval history.
Florence is the cradle of the Renaissance. Every corner goes back 600 years. Hello. Please come in.
How are you?
The real estate market in Florence is almost like New York. There's people coming and going all the time. One day something is available and then it goes very quickly. So what kind of apartment are you looking for?
I think I need to be in the center of Florence. It needs to be accessible from the airport and the train station. And I'm hoping for 3 bedrooms because Natasha will be coming into work for me once a week. Room for a baby grand piano.
I see.
And most importantly, I need a place that's going to impress my clients.
That's important.
And what kind of budget do you have in mind?
$1,350 per month.
Oh, wow. Well, for a monthly budget, it is a little bit low, but we can start with one even right now if you want.
Like now?
Yes,
Okay,
right now.
awesome.
Phil's budget, it's not a great budget when looking for all these things in his wish list. It could really be a mission impossible.
Andrea starts the search right in Florence, so Phil can see exactly what he can afford in a location that caters to clients.
If he's not going to be happy with this, he might have to rethink some of the things that he was hoping for. This one has 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and you can get to the airport just in 5 minutes.
Great.
Is it within the budget?
This is actually a little bit below. It's 1,300.
Oh.
Perfect. I think I'm ready to go and see it.
We can go. Let's
Okay.
go. So here we are, Phil.
Cool.
This is the biggest room.
Nice. Oh my God, look at that view. It's great. I definitely see the piano with that view. It could be a piano room slash bedroom, which seems very opulent.
Which is just the waste because he sleeps like 3 hours a night. He will never be there.
This is the room that is the farthest away from all the other private rooms.
This is the room that's furthest away from my taste. I think I remember my grandmother having this door, but if I had to guess, how impressive would that view be?
Yes. And it should be a guest room and my working space. It's big enough.
Oh, you're claiming the room now?
Yes.
The apartment might not be Florentine on the inside, but it couldn't be any more Florentine on the outside.
And that is really important for his business.
This is the wow factor.
And this is a smaller version of the other room. This one could be your studio, working area.
Cool.
Can we see the kitchen?
Yes.
Okay. What would be the kitchen if there was a kitchen? This is why the rent is in budget.
Yes. In Italy, unfurnished means without any types of furniture. And the kitchen is considered part of the furniture.
Okay.
And here is the balcony.
This is too small. You can't even sit underneath this heater.
Okay, this is kind of a reality check. The kitchen I can see as a challenge, but the apartment's in budget, so I could buy a kitchen. Plus, I'll get the kitchen I want. That is, however, a cost I didn't budget for.
This is the smaller bathroom.
Check out the bath.
I wouldn't like to get into that bath.
No, neither would I. Yeah, I think that's enough of the bathroom. The apartment doesn't really have traditional Florentine charm, but all the spaces are flexible. Location's great. The $1 million view really sells it. Being a client coming into this,
Yes,
it'd also
because
be
they
pretty
will be
impressive.
in here, not in the kitchen or in the spare bathroom.
No.
But some serious work has to be done. If Phil picks up this apartment, my task list is going to become huge. He doesn't care about all this work because I'm the one who's going to have to do it.
You can get so much more just being 20 minutes outside Florence.
I could totally do this.
I have to bring Phil down to earth. It is not about you, it's about your clients.
I like Florence. I can't wait to just move.
Phil is uprooting his law practice from the river canals and winding streets of Venice, Italy, to Florence.
Venice is magical. Unfortunately, my clients don't want to have to travel an hour coming from the airport. To me, they want someone who's accessible. How cool is this? So what's this going to be? Florence is a city full of cultural wealth in a great location. I specialize in art law. So we don't ever need me.
I hope.
But, you know, if you ever do need
But
a
in
lawyer,
any
then
case, thank you.
I need a space that I can bring clients into which has a wow factor.
But Phil's business travel expenses have nearly wiped out his savings, raising the stakes for finding the perfect home office in a tight budget.
If I can't make a go of this business in Florence, then I really have no other reason to be in Italy.
So he's brought his personal assistant and friend, Natasha, along, in hopes she can keep his high-end tastes in check.
Natasha is naturally a very practical person. I'm a little bit more emotional.
When he thinks too much about not so important things, we'll drag him back.
The first place is under Phil's budget and right in the heart of Florence.
The location's great. Oh my God, look at that view.
But while the view may impress his clients, Phil is less than impressed with the apartment.
Okay. This is why the rent is in budget.
Yes, he wants the grandest apartment in downtown Florence, but it's gonna have to be a compromise.
Andrea wants to see if Phil is willing to compromise on location.
I'm gonna show him a quintessential villa in Tuscany that has everything he wanted, even more, but it's gonna be outside of town. Here you can live like a king. It has 3 full bedrooms. If you want a wow factor, this is it.
Awesome, but is it in budget?
This is slightly higher, but for $1,450 a month, you can get so much more just being 20 minutes outside Florence. Your clients will come to you because you take your property to a different level.
I might need a bit of convincing.
Well, let's go inside.
Okay. Whoa,
Oh, what a kitchen.
it's really nice.
And it's
Oh,
all
wow.
custom made.
Oh, that is cool.
Phil, no negative.
No,
I
not
don't
yet.
believe
No,
this.
I really like it. It was one of the first times I've ever walked into a house in my entire life and decided I wanted to move in. Oh my goodness, look at that.
Oh, the fireplace. Oh,
Look at this.
Your office is already set.
I'm speechless.
Amazing. I can totally see that it'd be great to be able to be here on the terrace playing the piano. Oh my goodness. It is spectacular. And with that view of the mountains.
All of this is $14.50 a month.
Yes, and you even get the horses.
Oh my God, look, it's one of the horses.
Oh my God. See, Phil, they already come to greet you.
Oh my gosh, how sweet. The view out on the grounds just blows my mind. The horses are just so friendly and playful. That was a surprise. I could, however, see it being a maintenance nightmare. Oh my goodness.
If you think this is big, wait till you see the real master bedroom.
Oh, is this the guest
Oh
room?
my goodness.
Yes, this is only the guest room.
It's huge. I've had apartments which haven't been this big.
And double bathroom.
Oh, look at the Look at that view. Shh, don't tell the owners.
This is nice.
Yeah, I could do this. I could totally do this. Just spectacular. It'll be a difficult choice to decide whether or not to spend all my time in the kitchen or in the bedroom.
You will not work.
Yeah, that's probably true, but I'll never get lazy. I'll be too busy out there tending to my manor. I really like this place, and the idea that I could afford this in my budget is just unbelievable. Maybe a bit over my budget, but I would totally stretch for this house. The property wows me more than I've ever been wowed by a property before, so I think my clients would be more than suitably impressed. But maintaining a house this size would require a full-time gardener. Plus, I would have to get a car. I hate Andrea for showing me this property. I'm in love with it, and it's totally inconvenient.
But it is not about you being out of town. It's about your clients not being willing to reach you.
You're being very analytical, and I don't like it.
You know I love this house. You do know that. But I'm doing your books.
This is only 15 minutes from the airport, and you can even walk to the station.
That sounds perfect. But it looks a bit like a youth hostel.
This is the kitchen. You cannot expect every room to be grand.
We're here looking for apartments at the moment, and we've decided to take part of the day and just be tourists.
With the help of his friend and personal assistant, Natasha, Phil is relocating his law practice to Florence, Italy, after Venice proved to be too inconvenient for his clients and too costly for him.
Right now, I'm spending about $5,000 a month to go and see clients. So I need to move to somewhere where clients can come to me and I can start profiting more from my business. Or I'm just going to deplete all of my savings and I'm going to end up homeless.
And here we find Santa Maria Novella, one of the main symbols of the Renaissance arts.
Since Phil's specialty is intellectual property and art law, Florence is an ideal location.
Let's go.
Hey.
I'm good. Slightly embarrassed, but this can't be helped.
To avoid making another business misstep, Phil needs to find a home office that impresses clients without going over his tight budget.
He would spend too much, so I have to bring Phil down to earth.
House 1 is in the heart of Florence and under budget.
This is the wow factor. I definitely see the piano with that view.
But some serious work has to be done.
House 2 is beyond impressive,
It is spectacular.
All of this is $14.50 a month,
Yes.
but also beyond Florence city limits.
I'm in love with it.
but it's about your clients.
You're being very analytical, and I don't like it.
Phil and I fight as an old married couple. It's a very complex relationship we have.
Do you think we should look for an apartment with Segway parking?
Absolutely.
To get client convenience and meet Phil's demanding tastes, Andrea heads back to the city.
I've chosen a place into town, already furnished, that has everything he wanted, but he's gonna have to raise up his budget a bit. This is only 15 minutes from the airport, and you can even walk to the station. It's gonna have 3 bedrooms.
That sounds perfect.
Unfortunately, it's gonna cost you $1,650 US.
Ooh.
That is 300 over the top.
But I think you're gonna like it.
Okay. Oh, dear.
Please,
Okay.
come in.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh,
Look at that.
Yes, this is a very traditional Florentine apartment.
Oh, wow. Nice.
these two are the biggest room, I guess.
Where would you put the piano?
Right
do you
there.
think?
Look.
So you've got the piano and you've got all this gilding and this gold. It looks a bit like Liberace exploded in the apartment, but I like it. You could bring people in from there. And then your friendly neighborhood English-speaking lawyer pops in. Love that.
And this is the kitchen,
Okay. Yeah, it's just disappointing.
but you cannot expect every room to be grand.
Less than that.
The kitchen is disgusting. It's very old.
And here is the balcony.
Maybe not so
What
nice.
an ugly view.
Yeah, it's not good, is it? All right, let's go and see the rest. It looks a bit like a youth hostel.
Oh, come on, it's a nice guest room. Put the wardrobe here, and then you have a nice double bedroom.
It doesn't look big enough. Oh, I'm not really convinced it's ever going to be a double.
Oh, it is. It's going to be mine. I can fix that.
It's going to be mine. I love that. Nice.
Oh, beautiful.
What about the window, though?
What
Don't
about
you think
the
it's a
window?
bit weird? Like if someone's out on the balcony, they can see me.
Shall I try?
Go on.
Are you naked? No, I didn't see anything.
All right. Perfect. Thank you.
This looks
Whoa.
like a master bedroom.
It does rather, doesn't it? Cool.
Well, we go to the next bedroom.
Okay. I like it. It's a nice room. Awesome. It's big, it's got all the things I wanted, but I'm not really sure it's entirely my taste. And I can see that there's going to be expenditure to bring the apartment up to an acceptable standard.
And you shouldn't bring your clients to the balcony.
I wouldn't even want to put my laundry out there, although it is in the right location.
That's the reason you want to move out to Venice.
Clients are going to love it, but the budget...
We will have to think about it. Phil has already lost money, his first adventure in Venice, and the apartment Phil chooses in Florence has to be the right one. If he can't make it, it's going to be a disaster.
Phil can't get everything he wants in his tight budget, so Natasha is going to have to convince him to do something he hates. Compromise.
It has everything.
But you need to be realistic. Think as a client.
Check out our favorite globe-trotting house hunters, then share your thoughts on the latest episodes.
Oh my gosh.
Online now at hgtv.com/househuntersinternational.
Hello. You are such a sweet dog.
Business travel expenses are forcing Phil to move his law practice from Venice, Italy, to Florence.
Hello.
And he and his assistant, Natasha, must decide if client convenience outweighs Phil's upscale tastes and his low-scale budget.
How do you feel about the unfurnished apartment?
Location-wise, it's spot on. I think clients will like it.
The view was just amazing.
I definitely see the piano with that view. And it's the only one that we saw that was in budget. But admittedly, the kitchen is a problem. Okay.
And what did you think about the country villa?
It is spectacular. It has everything apart from location.
But it is slightly over the budget. You will need extra expenses.
Maintaining a house this size would require a full-time gardener.
What did you think about the furnished apartment with Florentine charm?
Clients would love it. I love it. Your friendly neighborhood English-speaking lawyer pops in.
But it's 300 over the budget. You need to be realistic.
It's gonna cost you $1,650.
I think the unfurnished apartment, although it's the only one in budget, I'm really not sure I can see myself living in it for a multitude of reasons. The idea of that kitchen,
Okay, so is it out?
yeah, the unfurnished apartment
I'm
is
glad
out.
for that. Well, it's time to make a decision between the villa and the furnished apartment, Phil.
They're equally stunning for different reasons, but I see myself living in the country.
Do you?
Everything about that house is everything I've ever wanted. Space, incredible scenery, amazing kitchen. It excels in every area.
But you wanted the city, the art world center.
And then I saw that house. How could you not be in love with that house?
I am, but think as a client.
Think as a client. They want me to be in the center, but it's a budget buster.
But I think they come equal if you add to the villa, the gardener, the car.
Yeah.
If we speak about the wow factor, I think it's this one because it has that bourgeois touch.
Everything about that apartment screams significant lawyer. But the house in the country, I can totally see myself there, out in the middle of all that fabulous scenery. For me, the villa in the country is the obvious choice.
Phil, if you stop thinking with your heart and if you get back to your head, what would be the best one for your clients?
I think I've made a decision. I think the property that's going to be perfect for me, for you, for the clients,
Is
is the furnished apartment with all that Florentine charm.
yes, that's the best for the client. Perfect. Cheers.
Cheers. Now, make the call. I couldn't be happier with the location of the apartment. I'm just so close to everything. Natasha assisted me to make what I feel is the right decision. Everything has arrived, including the piano.
You've managed. That's great.
At first, going over budget was a real worry, but actually it's turned out to be a really good investment. The best thing to do is to wait until we've got the last real paperwork in.
Perfect.
Awesome, right now.
Glad you're on my side.
When clients come in, they're enormously impressed with the apartment. Everyone just walks in and looks around and says, wow, I want to live here. But they don't, and I do, so there we go. The business is doing incredibly well, and I'm getting to enjoy a bit more of my personal life. I've been incredibly fortunate to network with a great group of people and develop my client base. I don't think I ever want to live anywhere else.
Let's drink to that then.
I'm happy to have chosen this apartment, and it's paid for itself in spades. I'm totally in love with it, and I've never been so happy in any place in my life.